So mark this, guys, in case you have not done it yet. And after that, do not write anything. Do not make this schedule, guys, in your registers now. So, guys, we are starting with this case where we have to find a consumer's equilibrium for a single commodity, and that commodity here I have taken as samosa, and that samosa is not free of cost. Price of samosa is rupees 20. Do not write all these things, guys. You just need to mark this case. That's it. Price of samosa is, let's say, rupees 20, means each samosa is of rupees 20, right? And consumers MUM is 3. It means 3 utils per rupee. Have you understood what I have just explained, guys? Price of samosa is rupees 20 and his MUM, consumer's MUM is 3 utils, means 3 utils per rupee. Means by spending 1 rupee, he expects satisfaction of 3 utils. Am I clear? By spending rupee 1, he expects 3 utils. That is what is called MUM. We have seen that in our last class. Marginal utility of money. Right? Now, here, price of samosa is 20 everywhere. Whether he takes 1 samosa or 5 samosas, every time he has to pay price of rupees 20. Right? And whenever he spends rupee 1, how much satisfaction he expects is 3 utils. So by spending 20 rupees on 1 samosa, his expectation is how much? By spending rupees 20 on first samosa, his expectation is how much? How many utils? 60 utils, very right. Because from 1 rupee he expects 3 utils. So from 20 rupees he expects 20 into 360 utils. But how much he got from the first samosa is 120 utils. Have you understood this, Himanshi and Mancha? I am asking Himanshi and Mancha, have you understood
Yes,
this?
sir.
And there comes in a new concept, that is consumer surplus or deficit. So here consumer, by spending rupees 20 on first samosa, his expectation was 20 into 3, that is 60 utils, but he got how much? 120 utils. It means he got 60 utils more. And that is what is surplus. How I got the 60, 120, what he actually got, minus what he expected, that is 20 into 3. I hope you have got this, guys. Yes or no? Now he went for, since here he got surplus of 60 utils, he went for second samosa. Again he spent rupees 20. Again he expected 60 utils. But this time he got 80. So his surplus here is 20. That is 120, sorry, 80 minus 20 into 3. 20 into 3 is nothing but it is his expectations from the samosa. Each samosa is of rupees 20. His MUM is 3 utils per rupee. So by spending 20 rupees on one samosa, he expects 60 utils. But he has got 80. So 80 minus 60 is 20. Have you got this, guys, or not? Since he got surplus here, he went for the third samosa. Again, he spent 20 rupees from his pocket. So how much he is expecting again? 20 into 3, 60. And here he got exactly 60. It means here he neither has any surplus nor any deficit. Neither any surplus nor any deficit, right? If he goes for the fourth samosa and again spends rupees 20, his expectation obviously would be 20 into 3, that is 60 utils. But he will get only 20 utils. So here he will have deficit of 40 utils. That is 60, sorry, 20 minus 20 into 3. So 20 minus 60 is minus 40. That is why I've written this in brackets. Okay, I put mark it, I write it like this. So this is a deficit, guys, for this consumer. How? 20 into 3. Yeah, his expectation is 3 utils per rupee. And on second samosa, he spent how much? 20. But he got how much? 80. If he goes for fifth one, here he will have deficit of 60 utils, that is 0 minus 20 into 3. Are you understanding, guys, this or not? Those who are online, Himanshi and Mancha.
Yes, sir.
If not, I can explain it right from beginning, guys. Do not worry. Your understanding is more important for me. Himanshi, have you understood this?
Yes, understood.
Anish, have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
See, what I'm explaining is that how to determine a consumer's equilibrium for a single commodity which is not free to the consumer. For that, I have taken here one example of samosa. A consumer is going to consume samosas, or he is consuming samosas one after another, where the price of each samosa is rupees 20 and consumers MUM is 3 utils per rupee. Means he expects 3 utils by spending a rupee. Here he spent 20 rupees to have first samosa because the price of samosa is 20. So how much he's expecting is 20 into 3 is 60. This one. But how much he actually got is 120. So how much extra he got is 60 utils, and that is what is consumer surplus. Correct? Again, he went for the second one and spent rupees 20. Again, expectations is 20 into 360. But this time he got 80 utiles. So his surplus has become 20. That is 80 minus 60. When he went for the third one by spending rupees 20, where his expectations were 20 into 360, and he actually got 60 utiles from third samosa, then his surplus became 0. That is 60, the original or the actual utility obtained minus utility expected, and so on, guys. So here, guys, the equilibrium point would be when his surplus is 0. He would not like to go ahead because he knows that after consuming third samosa or by consuming third samosa, he did not have any surplus. And every consumer knows that in a process of continuous consumption, the subsequent units give lesser satisfaction than the previous unit. So if third samosa has given him satisfaction of 60 utiles, fourth obviously will give lesser than 60. It can be any, it can be 50, 40, 30, 55, whatsoever it is. And in all of these cases, he will not have any surplus but will have deficit. So our CP here would be 3 samosas. Why he should spend for something where he does not have any surplus? He continued till third samosa with an expectation that since second samosa gave him some surplus, third also will give. But third did not produce any surplus for him. Whatsoever he expected, the same he got. He will stop here. If he goes for the fourth one, whatsoever he is expecting, he is going to get lesser than that. It means he will have deficit. So he will buy only 3 samosas, guys. And that is what would be his equilibrium point. Have you understood, guys, or not? All. Sorry? MU. ये तो मैंने लिया है. This I have taken myself. Just to make you understand this. This is TU. This is MU. You know the calculation of TU from MU or calculation of MU from TU, right? You know that, right? I have taken these data myself just to make you understand about consumer's equilibrium and also surplus or deficit. Got this, guys? Now, in exam, guys, you might be given a numerical question where you have to determine either surplus or deficit or consumer's equilibrium. We will see some of such questions. Do not worry of that. Or you'd be asked an open-ended question like define what is consumer surplus or how do we determine consumer's equilibrium for a single commodity which is not free to the consumer. This is an open-ended question where you have to make a schedule yourself as I have made it here to explain everything. I hope guys you are getting this. Himanshi, Anish and Mansha.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So guys, in this case, consumer's equilibrium point is when consumer surplus is equal to MUX. X is commodity divided by PX. This is price is 0. 1 second. Consumer surplus is 0 or MUX upon PX is equal to MUM. So this is how guys we express consumer's equilibrium point for this case. CP is when or a consumer attains equilibrium when consumer surplus is zero, as it is here, and that is why there's three samosas as CP, or when MUX upon PX is equal to MUM. The same thing is happening here, guys. What is MUX here? Should be what is MUX here? MUX is how much here at the point of equilibrium? MU is 60. Divided by price is how much? 20. And 60 divided by 20 is 3. And that is equivalent to consumer's equilibrium, that is 3 utiles per rupee. Have you got this, girls, or not? All? Mansha, Himanshi, Manvi, Shubhi, right? Anish, have you got this?
Yes, sir.
So, guys, in case of single commodity which is not feed to the consumer, this is how we attain consumer's equilibrium. That is, when consumer surplus is zero or when MUX upon PX is equal to MUM. Right? Yes, now you can start noting down this, guys. Yes, guys, I'm done. You can note down this. What I have explained entire that I have written here, guys. This is the explanation or definition of guys consumer surplus. The one that I have underlined. Utility expected as product of price of the commodity and consumers MUM. Yeah. Please add this also guys in your notebooks. Done guys, have you noted down everything? Anish, Mansha, Himanshi, here Manvi. Himanshi, Mansha, Anish, have you noted down everything here?
Yes, sir.
Anish and Mansha, have you done this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Himanshi, what's about you? Himanshi, I'm asking you, are you there in the class? So guys, consumer surplus is utility actually, sorry, excess of utility actually obtained over utility expected. And what is utility expected as product of price of the commodity and consumers MUM. So this everywhere what I have written is utility expected. That is price of the commodity multiplied with MUM, which is given here. So utility expected every time is 60. Whenever he goes for a samosa, his expectation is 60 utils. If he gets more than 60, then the excess is his surplus. Have you got me or not? If he gets more than his expectation, then the excess is his surplus. Here he does not have any surplus. He knows that if he goes for the fourth one, instead of surplus, he will have deficit. With this, we understand one more thing, guys. In the process of continuous consumption, consumer surplus also has diminishing trend. And it is because of diminishing marginal utility. I hope, guys, you have understood this. Right or not? Guys, you're not saying anything. I do not know whether you are really understanding this or not.
Yes, sir.
So complete this, guys. Make this schedule, this example, and complete this. Done, guys. Done with till here. Himanshi, Anish, Mansha, Manvi,
Yes,
and
sir.
Sarthak.
Yes, sir.
MUX up, yes. MUX upon PXs, guys, it is nothing but it is utility actually obtained per rupee of price of the commodity. For example, here consumer has got 120 utils by spending rupees 20. This is price. This is utility actually obtained, which is nothing but MU. MU of the commodity, that is MUS. So price is 20. I'm talking about the first line, guys, where MU is 120. So by spending rupees 20, he got 120 utils. So by spending rupee 1, how much he got is 6 utils. Is it clear or not, guys? And that is what this 120 upon 20, which is 6 utils, is nothing but it is MUX or upon PX. That is marginal utility actually obtained by consuming unit of commodity X divided by price of X. Now, if this is equal to 3, that is his MUM, then only he reaches or attains his equilibrium. As of now, it is not equivalent to MUM because MUM is 3. So this is MUX upon PX is becoming equal to 3 here. Here again he spent 20 rupees and got 60 utils. So for each rupee he got how much? 60 divided by 20, that is 3 utils. And this is equivalent to his MUM. It means for each rupee of price how much he is obtaining. And that is 3. Here it was 6. Here it is 4. Here it is 3. So since here it is 3, which is equal to MUM, this would be his equilibrium point. Have you got me or not? All. Here for each rupee, how much he got? 6 utils. Here for each rupee, how much he got? 4 utils. Here for each rupee, how much he got? 3 utiles. And this is what is expectation. That is 3 utiles per rupee. And exactly that he got in the with the third samosa. And that is why third samosa is his equilibrium point. If he goes for the fourth one, for each rupee he is getting how many utiles? Only one. That is 20 divided by 20 means mu divided by p, or mus divided by ps is only 1. But his expectation is 3 utiles. So this cannot be his equilibrium point at all. Though here tu is more than this tu. Here it is 280, here it is 260. But this fourth samosa is not as equilibrium point, guys. Because here we have money also into consideration. I hope you are getting this. You would not like to spend money.
Yes, sir.
Consumer is expecting here 3 utiles per rupee, and that is what he is getting here. He is getting 60 utiles by spending 20 rupees. So by spending 1 rupee, how much he is getting? 3 utiles. And that is why his equilibrium point would be 3 samosas. Though here for 3 samosas TU is 260, whereas for 4 samosas TU is 280. Here level of satisfaction is more than what it was here. Yet his CP would be 3 because he is also paying money for it. And for every rupee of money, he has some expectation. And that expectation is meeting here. Would you like to spend money on something which is not worth to the or which is not worth equivalent to the money that you're paying? I'm asking Anish and Mancha, would you like to pay to purchase or to buy something more than what it worth? You would not like. So here he is paying rupees 20 but getting satisfaction of only 20 utiles, whereas he expected to have satisfaction of 20 into 360 utiles. Getting my point?
Yes,
Anish,
sir.
Mancha, and Himanshi. And that is why he will stop here only. He will not go ahead. So his equilibrium point is 3 utiles here. That is when mux upon px. Mux upon px is what? It is mu per rupee of price. As I have explained it here. He is getting 60 utiles by spending rupees 20. So by spending rupee 1, how much he is getting? 3 utiles, and that is what he expected. If he gets more than 3 utiles, then he has surplus. He will not stop. He will go ahead with the commodity. Like here, he is getting how much? 4 utiles per rupee. 80 divided by 20, rupees 4, sorry, 4 utiles per rupee. Here, 120 divided by 20, 6 utiles per rupee. But here it is exactly the one that he expected, 3 utiles per rupee. Right, guys? So check it out at home after the class today before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. Economics, microeconomics, and macro is not the subject which you can study or go through without using mind. It's very technical and logical subject, guys. Right? The remaining portion of this we will see in our next class, guys. Case 3 and case 4. We still have two more cases. Got me, Himanshi, Mancha, and Anish.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I will ask you questions, guys, now on case 2 tomorrow, including everything which we have covered so far, that is MUM and all. Thank you, guys.